Some teams are just fun to watch, but let's be real, they're not built for a deep playoff run. The Chicago Bulls light it up on offense when they're in rhythm, but their defense, especially inside, is a real problem. They don't have that one star who can take over late in games, and in the playoffs, that always matters. Without a closer or solid rim protection, it's hard to take them seriously when the pressure kicks in. The Orlando Magic are in a similar spot. Their defense looks solid at times, and the young core is promising, but their offense just can't keep up. They've been cold from 3 all season, and adding KCP was supposed to help. He's barely made an impact. In today's NBA, if you can't hit shots from outside, you're not going far. That's been their biggest roadblock. Then you've got the Dallas Mavericks, and honestly, it's been a rough ride. That midseason trade turned into a disaster fast, with their new player going down almost right away. Anthony Davis is back, but he's not at full speed, and Kyrie Irving is out for the year. With so many injuries and no real depth, there's not much left to hope for. They'll get some highlights, sure, but don't expect more than a short playoff appearance. The Memphis Grizzlies had a season full of ups and downs, but nothing shocked fans more than firing their head coach right before the playoffs. That move alone says a lot about the front office. Even with Jay Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. back from injury, there's not enough time to build chemistry or get back in sync. The timing couldn't be worse, and it feels like they've already taken themselves out of the running. The Milwaukee Bucks are in a tougher spot than it seems. Damian Lillard's blood clot issue is serious. It's not just about missing games, it's about his health. The team keeps saying he might return, but that sounds more like wishful thinking. Fans have seen this before. Players expected to come back never do, and by the time reality hits, it's too late. They've been here with Giannis and Middleton, and the result wasn't great. Trading Middleton for Kyle Kuzma looked bold at first, but now it feels like a mistake. Kuzma hasn't found his rhythm and isn't filling the role they hoped he would. He struggles to create offense and turns the ball over too often. With Dame likely out, the Bucks badly need a second option, but Kuzma just isn't that guy. This team had high hopes, but those decisions might come back to bite them hard. The Detroit Pistons have every reason to celebrate. Just last year, they were stuck at the bottom, and now they've tripled their win total. A huge turnaround. Cade Cunningham has stepped up as the leader, and the team's energy on both ends has made a big difference. They're young, fast, and hungry. For a team that was overlooked, they've shocked a lot of people and earned respect. On the other hand, the New York Knicks are not feeling the same joy. Even though their record is slightly better, they made big trades expecting a push for the title, but things haven't gone as planned. Their defense was supposed to improve with Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, and Josh Hart on the wing, but it hasn't worked. And that blockbuster move, swapping Julius Randle for Karl Anthony Towns, is starting to look like a bad bet. Towns has been a problem on defense, getting picked apart by quicker guards in every big matchup, and the Knicks bench is too thin to make up for it. They can't keep up when the starters sit, and that's cost them against top teams. Even though they're still in a solid playoff spot, the mood around the team is more frustration than excitement. Expectations were sky high, and they're falling short. The Houston Rockets are heating up at just the right time. They've been winning nearly every game lately, and their defense has been a big part of that. Holding teams under 110 points while scoring over 120 is no small feat. Their energy, fast pace, and improved three-point shooting have made them a real threat. If they keep this up, no one will want to face them in a long playoff series. The Minnesota Timberwolves are clicking too. Early in the season, scoring was their weak spot, but now it's one of their strengths. Julius Randle has come back strong, making quick decisions and getting his teammates involved. Their bench doesn't get much attention, but guys like Nas Reed and DiVincenzo have been solid. Minnesota is now top 5 in both offense and defense, which is the kind of balance that makes them dangerous in the postseason. The Indiana Pacers and LA Clippers round out this group. The Pacers play fast, wear teams down, and are finally improving on defense. They're not afraid of the moment and step up in close games. The Clippers have been up and down all year, but lately they've looked sharp. Kawhi Leonard and James Harden are locked in, and their team is deep. If they stay healthy, they have the tools to make a serious run. The Denver Nuggets still have one of the best starting lineups in the league, but the drop-off after that is hard to ignore. Their bench is thin, and relying on DeAndre Jordan for playoff minutes in 2025 says a lot. Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray will need to be be great every night, or this team could struggle. They don't have much margin for error, and that's a risky place to be in the postseason. Their defense hasn't stepped up when it matters either. Even when Jokic was out, the numbers didn't improve. And lately, their offense hasn't been sharp either. They've been scoring less than what they're giving up. For a defending champ, that's not the kind of trend you want heading into the playoffs. The Golden State Warriors are facing a similar challenge. Their top stars, Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler, have to carry a big load. The supporting cast has talent, but it's inconsistent. Once teams start putting all their focus on stopping Curry, others need to step up. And that hasn't happened often enough this season. If the role players can't deliver, the pressure on their stars could be too much to overcome. The Cleveland Cavaliers have been solid all year, but the big question is, can this team win in the playoffs? They've won a lot of games, but they don't have that one dominant superstar to lean on when things get tough. Donovan Mitchell is great, but history shows that teams built around balance rather than star power usually don't go far in the postseason. It's worked in the regular season, but the playoffs are a different story. Another challenge for Cleveland is that they're still adjusting to a new system. This is their first season with Kenny Atkinson as head coach, and while he's done a great job, playoff basketball comes with a different kind of pressure. Their core is young, and playoff experience matters. Learning on the fly in high-stakes games is not easy, and growing pains are likely. For the Los Angeles Lakers, the issue is timing. Making a big trade at the deadline always carries risk, and giving up Anthony Davis for Luka Doncic was huge. Luka brings offense, but they lost a lot of defense in that deal. At first, things looked promising, but teams have figured them out. The Lakers are now struggling to stop fast breaks and protect the paint. Without enough time to build chemistry, they'll need a quick fix, and fast, to have any chance of making a deep run. The Oklahoma City Thunder have been the most complete team all season long. They're strong on both ends of the floor and have a system that's built on smart, aggressive defense. What really makes them special is how well they control turnovers. They force mistakes and rarely make them, which gives them an edge every single night. Offensively, they've been just as impressive. Over the last stretch of games, they've been putting up huge numbers, and it's not just because of one player. Everyone knows their role, and they move the ball with purpose. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been the leader, and he's playing at an MVP level. His calm under pressure gives OKC a real shot at going all the way. What makes them even harder to beat is how their defense feeds their offense. They turn steals into easy points and keep their opponents off balance. In a 7-game series, that kind of constant pressure wears teams down. They're young, they're fast, and they're dangerous. This team isn't just fun, they're built to win now. The Boston Celtics look like a team on a mission. They've been dominating on both sides of the ball and are currently riding a strong win streak. Their offense is flowing smoothly, and their defense is locking teams down. Even when Jason Tatum missed time, they kept winning without missing a beat. That kind of depth and focus is rare. What sets Boston apart is how deadly they are from three. People worry they shoot too many, but when they're getting wide open looks, they make teams pay. And now that Kristaps Porzingis is healthy and in rhythm, their offense becomes even harder to guard. He stretches the floor and forces defenses to make tough choices, especially when paired with Tatum or Jaylen Brown. On defense, Porzingis has also been a big factor, protecting the rim and making it tough for teams to score inside. With this kind of balance, experience, and talent across the board, Boston doesn't just look like a contender, they look like the clear favorite. Unless something major changes or they fall apart internally, it's hard to picture anyone beating them in a full series.